Hi, this is Lte from Booredatwork.com, and as a MetroPCS customer, you're probably happy because there are new devices that are 4G LTE capable and smartphones on the network. And today we'll be taking a look at the LG Spirit. Now, the Spirit is a 4.5-inch true IPS display device. It's got a 1 GHz processor in here, and it's got a gig of RAM. So let's take a look at it. The box pretty much has just your charger as well as your USB cord. So this is the LG Spirit. The Spirit here, again, like I said, the display is 4.5 inches. You do have your 3.5mm jack. You do have a 5 megapixel camera, records at 1080p at the rear, and this runs Android 4.0 and it does have a gig of RAM and has a 4 gigs of storage, which you can expand via micro SD, which of course is you can just basically do that by removing the back cover. Replaceable battery, and it's a very nice device. It's kind of a mix between the L9, which was released on T-Mobile, and the Optimus G. So why don't we jump in and take a closer look at the LG Spirit on MetroPCS. Taking a closer look at the LG Spirit, you can see we mentioned earlier about its thin profile. It's a thin and light phone and feels very comfortable. Now, you do have touch sensitive buttons, which we did mention earlier, for back, home, and of course your menu button. We don't have a standard Android multitask button, but holding down the home button will bring that for you, and you can cycle through and so on and so forth and close out applications. Cool thing also is that this has a lot of the same elements as the Optimus G. So for instance, you know, say we went to the browser and we went to, let's go here, let's go to Booredatwork. We can go to Booredatwork, and we saw something we liked at Booredatwork and we wanted to take a note from it. We can actually go to our mobile site here. That pops up and we're like, oh, this is Zion headphones, I gotta remember that. You can pull that down and do a quick note and say buy headphones, and you can just free write that with your hands. You can erase it. You do have some options there for that, but that's something that's very cool. You can actually save and you're done. You move out of there. Simple options. The ability to jump in and jump out and take notes is very nice and key. You also have your full list of notification menus for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and you can edit this out and you can add other types of applications in here, whatever you want to do. You also have the ability to edit your home screen, your home screen settings, your lock screen settings. So with home screen settings, you can change the different effects of how your home screen will navigate, which is also nice. Just something that adds more flair to it. So we can do that, and you can see that those effects do take place while you're browsing through those screens. Now, this device only has a 1.2 gigahertz processor, Snapdragon processor, but it's very snappy. Not a lot of slowdowns with the device. It's got 1 gig of RAM, so it's actually very functional. You can see also with it below, right below, you do have space for 4 icons. Of course, the app tray, messaging, Chrome. I can take that out. So 4 icons, or 3 minus the app tray, if you will. I can add that back in again, but it's a very versatile and flexible performance there. Now, in terms of applications that are of course preloaded with this, of course you do have Rhapsody music, which you can actually add on by paying $5 a month through MetroPCS to get, of course, more from that. You've got a video editor, video Wiz. You've also got LG Smart Share, which of course is basically your DLNA compatibility, Polaris Office, Pocket Express, Spectacular, Total Protection, software updates there. You also have Metro Block It and My Studio for MetroPCS, MetroPCS Easy Wi-Fi to set up Wi-Fi, because you can actually tether this device. So you have a bunch of things that they actually add for you. Facebook's also pre-installed in here, so that you can actually take advantage of this device overall. Now, the other things to mention with the device is the camera. And what we will do is show you photos and attach those photos. Actually, let's jump into some of the photos that we've taken with the device so you guys can take a look. So we jump in right here, and you can see the different photos. You can see that's just the wood panel, and this is a photo from outside. It's kind of cloudy, but even though it's a cloudy day, it does take decent pictures with its 5 megapixel camera. Of course, widescreen selection will be 3 megapixels, and then here is the sample video. HD 1080p. This is the camera for the LG, and just checking it out. Do some recording, and let's see how this looks. Maybe do about 30 seconds or so, thereabouts, maybe less. And anyway, we'll head back to the review. It's nighttime, but it should give you a nice idea of the sound and photo quality. Okay, so looking at that, you can see the camera options. The camera does have some very cool options. You have the ability to say words to actually take photos. I do apologize. So for instance, I can say the word cheese. Cheese. Maybe I do have to reactivate it again. So these are the words I can say: cheese, kimchi, smile, or whiskey, or LG. LG. And that took a photo for me. Display photo sets. No, go back to camera. Okay, I can say kimchi. Kimchi. And what would happen is that the icon on the top will show stating that you can take pictures. You can also do other things. You can set up your scene display with this, so you can actually set that up and say this is time catch. You can also do scene settings and things like that. So that's something to take note, and it's a nice nice decent camera. Takes some very good pictures overall. Do I like this smartphone? Yes, I do. I do like the LG Spirit because it's not meant to be flashy. It's not overpowering, but it does a very good job. Retails for $199, which means it is basically your phone afterwards, and you can use it and enjoy it on the MetroPCS network. In terms of 4G Lte speeds, I wasn't getting great speeds, but of course that's dependent on areas. So I really won't show you speed tests. I was getting maybe about 1 or 2 megabits per second, but what I did notice with the device that there was no slowdowns. The call quality was good. I could hear myself well. I could hear others well while talking. They could hear me well also. Applications ran well. No slowdowns, and it's just a well-rounded and solid device. Light feel, good frame, and something if you're looking for a smartphone to pick up, this might definitely be the device for you. So if you guys have any questions or comments about the LG Spirit, let us know. Don't forget to subscribe to all our pages on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. It's all Booredatwork with 2 O's. So this is Thunder E saying thank you, and always enjoy your entertainment.